Okay, well, I'm Maya de Souza and I'm a Green Party councillor in Camden. And I am very concerned about this legislation and about the introduction of this new licensing policy, this licensing regime in Camden. My main fear is that this is really going to be off-putting to a lot of buskers who don't do this on a professional basis. I don't think buskers are the sort of people that really comfortable filling in forms, waiting 5 days, waiting 20 days. I think an awful lot of people just won't do it. So we will lose out from those musicians that aren't the professional buskers, that don't do this constantly as part of their everyday life. The Greens very strongly feel that what we don't need in society is more of people selling things, selling stuff which we can't really afford to keep making, which is a drain on our resources, affects our environment. But what we really can do is try and make the most of people's creativity. There are an awful lot of very creative people out there, and they do need these outlets, and busking draws in people who are musical or have other talents but may not be professionals, may not look for venues, formal venues, look to be on stage, but really do have this creativity and who want to express this to other people. I would tell the Labour councillors that what they really need to do at this point is to step back and think again. They've made a mistake and they should reconsider. They've heard the opposing views, and it's quite clear that this licensing scheme could have really counterproductive impacts. It could really impact on the busking community negatively. Now, in terms of exactly what policy measures they should put in place instead, my feeling is that there are two things they need to be looking at. One is actually using the powers that they do have to move people on. If people are really very noisy, then they may have to move them on. We do have police in Camden Town. There are a lot out there because it does have a vibrant nighttime economy. The second is to look at a code of practice, which a lot of people have spoken about. So trying to work with the busking community, figuring out what works best for them. I'm sure a code could be designed which also helps buskers in terms of how they share sites, how they make sure that everybody gets the sort of space that they would like. So my feeling is that there is a real potential for a voluntary code, and combined with police using their powers where they really have to, not too often, would work, and that should be tried.